If you want to impress everyone with your writing skill, this is for you. Previously on Deed Writing Essentials. In previous episodes of Writing Essentials, we've covered key aspects of the writing process. Initially, we discussed the basics of the writing skills, emphasizing on systematic approach, focusing on one part at a time. Then, we explored various pre-writing techniques, including brainstorming, journalistic questions, and research, along with organizational tools like T-charts and Venn diagram. These techniques were practically applied using examples from exams like IELTS, TOEFL, and GRE. Moving forward, the discussion shifted to other critical steps in writing, such as outlining, drafting, editing, and revising. We went in depth into the benefits, types, and practical applications of outlines, editing, and revising. Now, in this episode, we are going to give you everything about paragraph structure. This is Deed Language Writing Essentials, and this is the most comprehensive writing course you need to excel in writing. We have started with the basics and we continue the discussion to advanced levels. You get to improve your writing skills for a variety of purposes, from general tasks to IELTS and TOEFL. To begin with, it is important to note that academic writing, typically used in college setting, is different from creative writing, which involves story writing and personal writing, such as letters or emails to friends and family. Creative and personal writing are informal, often featuring slangs, abbreviations, and incomplete sentences. In contrast, academic writing is formal, avoiding slangs and contractions, and emphasizing the use of complete sentences and structured organizations. While paragraph is the basic component of both creative and academic approach in writing, we are going to discuss writing a paragraph with an academic viewpoint. A paragraph consists of a collection of related statements focused on a particular subject. It begins with a first sentence that presents the specific point or idea of the topic. Subsequent sentences in a paragraph are designed to support and elaborate on that initial point. Paragraphs typically start with an indentation, about 1.5 from the left margin, and end with some white space marked by a hard return. The content between the indentation and the final period makes the paragraph, which is a collection of sentences that collectively explains a single idea or topic. Take this for instance. Neuroscientists discovered that cats typically sleep about 15 hours a day. Previous studies focused on domesticated cats, which often sleep more, possibly due to reduced stimulation and activity. This excerpt resembles a paragraph with its indentation, 6 sentences, and a blank space before the margin. However, it does not qualify as a true paragraph. Although each sentence related to the cats and aspects like behavior or psychology, they do not collectively develop a single coherent idea. There is no central topic and the sentences lack logical interconnection. Remember, a paragraph should serve 3 main functions. First, it should present a single developed idea. As previously discussed, readers expect a paragraph to contain a unit of thought. It should convey a single, coherent idea that is fully developed within its confines. Second, it should provide visual cues for reader-friendly writing. Paragraphs break up the text, making it easier to read. Without them, a page would be a continuous block of text, making it challenging for readers to follow the writer's ideas or even navigate the page. Third, it should divide writing into linked, separate sections. Paragraphs divide writing into distinct sections, each focusing on a specific idea. This structure prevents ideas from mixing into one another, aiding readers in identifying and following the progression of the writer's thoughts. Paragraphs are essential in organizing writing, making it accessible and understandable to readers and indicating the depth and complexity of the idea presented. In typical essays, which contain several paragraphs, the first paragraph which is the introductory paragraph, is followed by several others that expand on the ideas introduced at the beginning. The thesis often outlines the main points that will be elaborated upon in the subsequent paragraphs. A concluding paragraph ties all these ideas together, offering the reader a comprehensive understanding of the topic. The length and the number of paragraphs can also indicate the nature of the content. Short paragraphs suggest a series of briefly explained ideas. Longer paragraphs, often found in reports or proposals, indicate complex ideas requiring detailed explanations, and they demand more attention from the reader. The length of a paragraph should be determined by the topic's complexity, the reader's familiarity with the subject, and the writer's purpose. If the topic is complex and the reader have limited knowledge of it, especially if the purpose is to persuade readers who might not share the writer's viewpoint, a longer paragraph may be necessary to effectively communicate and support the argument. Conversely, for a topic that is familiar to the reader, where the aim is simply to share understanding, a few sentences might suffice. Sometimes, specific guidelines regarding paragraph length are provided by instructors. Generally, a paragraph with a topic sentence, a concluding sentence, and 3 supporting sentences, totaling 5 sentences, can be considered an acceptable length. However, if a paragraph extends over a page, it is important to review and ensure it is focused on a single topic. Breaking the paragraph into smaller sections, each focusing on a single topic, is recommended for clarity and coherence. A paragraph is structured in 3 parts. The topic sentence, which introduces the main topic of the paragraph, supporting sentences, which provide details and information about the topic, concluding sentence, which either summarizes the main points or restates the topic sentence in different words. This structure can be similar to a sandwich, where the topic and concluding sentences are like the bread slices encapsulating the meat, which are the supporting sentences. Take the following sample about an Indian festival. Notice the topic sentence, the supporting sentences, and the conclusion. The topic sentence is crucial in a paragraph as it contains both the topic and a controlling idea. The topic indicates the subject matter, while the controlling idea specifies what the paragraph will express about this topic, effectively limiting its scope to specific points. In the model paragraph, the topic is the celebration of Diwali in India, and the controlling idea is the country's cultural diversity and unity. A good topic sentence does 3 things. It introduces the topic of the paragraph, it makes a clear point about the topic that links to the thesis statement. It makes the point that is neither too broad nor too narrow. Readers value writers who are concise, clear, and provide adequate support or explanation for their points. Crafting topic sentences that are more than mere announcements of the main idea can significantly enhance the writing. Consider these comparisons. Weak. This essay will discuss the benefits of exercise. Strong. Regular exercise significantly improves both mental and physical health. A well-crafted topic sentence should not only introduce the topic but also express an interesting position or link to the thesis, saving readers time and avoiding confusion. Here are examples illustrating this. Weak. Many countries have unique cuisines. Strong. Cuisines is a reflection of a nation's cultural identity and history. The chosen topic should be appropriate in scope, not too broad and not too narrow. The 4S test, single, significant, specific, and supportable, helps determine a suitable paragraph topic. For instance, weak. Technology is changing lives. Strong. Smartphones have revolutionized communication, affecting both personal and professional interactions. The topic sentence typically occupies the first position in a paragraph, although experienced writers may sometimes place it at the end. Placing the topic sentence at the start gives readers a clear idea of what the paragraph will discuss. Supporting sentences are essential in a paragraph as they elaborate on the topic by providing additional information. These sentences delve deeper into the subject introduced by the topic sentence, offering clarity and depth. For instance, in a paragraph about the evolution of Diwali celebration in India, supporting sentences would detail specific changes over time, such as variations in regional practices or shifts in the way certain traditions are observed. A well-developed paragraph provides sufficient supporting information to clarify the topic for intended audience. This development phase requires a renewed focus on your audience's perspective, existing knowledge, and needs. There are multiple methods to develop a topic, and while not all are suitable for every situation, some might be more effective depending on the context. These methods include providing examples or evidence. Use specific instances or data to illustrate your point. If the topic sentence is about benefits of renewable energy, you might include the statistics or case studies showing how solar energy has positively impacted energy consumption in a particular region. Signal phrases are commonly used to introduce these examples. When beginning a sentence with an example, phrases like "for example" or "for instance" are used, followed by a comma. These phrases signal to the reader an illustrative example is coming up, helping to differentiate it from the rest of the text. When the example is just a word or a short phrase rather than a full sentence, it can be introduced with a prepositional phrase like "such as" without a comma. Explaining causes and effects show how certain factors leads to a specific outcomes. For a topic sentence that discusses the impact of global warming, you could elaborate on how increased carbon emission leads to rising global temperature and the subsequent effects on sea level and weather patterns. Offering comparison or contrast highlight similarities or differences with other subjects or viewpoints. If the topic is the effectiveness of online learning compared to traditional classroom learning, you might compare aspects like student engagement, learning outcomes, and flexibility. Defining terms or concepts. Clarify any complex or unfamiliar terms for better understanding. In a paragraph about blockchain technology, you could define key terms like blockchain, cryptocurrency, and decentralization to ensure readers' comprehension. Describing features or characteristics. Detail the attributes or qualities of your subject. If writing about a new software application, describe its user interface, functionality, compatibility with devices, and unique features that distinguishes it from existing applications. Telling anecdotes or narratives. Share brief stories or personal experiences to engage the reader. In a paragraph about the importance of resilience, you might share a story about a person who overcame significant challenges to achieve their goals, illustrating the concept of resilience in action. Citing experts' opinions or research. Include authoritative voices or findings to enhance your argument. For a topic on the psychological effects of social media, include quotes from psychologists or findings from recent studies that shed light on how social media usage affects mental health. Selecting the most appropriate method depends on your topic, audience, and purpose, ensuring that your paragraph is effectively developed and impactful. Now that we have covered topic sentence and supporting sentences, we should emphasize that a well-crafted paragraph should conclude decisively, much like a door closing with a definitive click. The final sentence should serve as a transition, seamlessly leading into the idea that will be explored in the subsequent paragraph. This approach ensures that each paragraph is neatly concluded while maintaining the flow of the overall narrative or argument. A concluding sentence reminds the reader of its main idea, Here are 3 tips for writing an effective concluding sentence. 1. Use a conclusion signal. Begin the sentence with a phrase that signals a conclusion, such as in conclusion, to sum up, or lastly. Most of these phrases should be followed by a comma. However, some don't require it. Take a look at the link in the description to see a complete list of all conclusion signals you could use. 2. Restate the topic sentence in different words. Rather than simply copying the topic sentence, rephrase it to reinforce your main idea. For example, if the topic sentence is understanding Diwali's significance requires an appreciation of its cultural and religious roots, the concluding sentence should be, in conclusion, a deeper insight into Diwali's culture and religious aspects enhances its appreciation. 3. Summarize the main points. Briefly recap the key points discussed in paragraph. For instance, if the paragraph detailed various Diwali traditions across India, the concluding sentence could be, in conclusion, Diwali's diverse celebrations across different regions of India highlight its cultural richness and significance. Remember, a concluding sentence should never introduce new ideas. It should always aim to wrap up the existing discussion, providing a clear end to the paragraph. For instance, a misplaced concluding sentence like, in conclusion, Diwali's commercialization is also noteworthy, introduces a new topic rather than summarizing or restating the paragraph's main idea. Now that you know how to craft a paragraph, let's emphasize that paragraphs are fundamental building blocks in writing, each serving a specific purpose. Generally, there are 4 types of paragraphs: narrative, descriptive, expository, and persuasive. Each type has its unique purpose, features, and uses. Narrative paragraph is to tell a story or relate an event. It usually has a chronological order, strong storytelling elements, character, setting, plot, and a clear point of view. It is often used in creative writing, novel, and autobiographies. Descriptive paragraph is to create a vivid picture of a person, place, thing, or idea. It uses sensory details, adjectives, and adverbs to bring the subject to life in the reader's mind. It is common in poetry, travel writing, and nature writing. Expository paragraph is to explain, inform, or present facts. It uses clear topic sentences, factual and logical information, examples and definitions, and a conclusion that summarizes the main point. It is widely used in academic writing, manuals, reports, and articles. Persuasive paragraph is to convince the reader of a particular point of view or opinion. It uses clear position statements, thesis, arguments supported by evidence and reasoning, persuasive language, and sometimes a counter-argument. It is common in opinion pieces, editorials, reviews, and persuasive essays. As we wrap up, let's remember that the art of paragraph writing is not just about structuring sentences. It is about conveying ideas in a manner that resonates with your audience. As you continue your journey in mastering writing skills, keep in mind the diversity and flexibility of paragraphs. Use them as tools to construct your thoughts, persuade your readers, and express your ideas vividly. Remember that the only way you can truly learn these points in writing is to write yourself and practice every day. We hope this episode has provided valuable insights into making your writing more impactful and reader-friendly. Share your journey in social media using these writing essentials. Also, use every template and sample we have provided you using the link in the description. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay tuned for our next episode. Until then, keep practicing and see you in the next one.